I wanted to watch a stupid little drama video, and of course, I can't fucking leave it alone when I see something stupid. And I've got to make it about capitalism or feminism or whatever, because I'm a blue-haired liberal. He looks like a smarmy asshole. Yeah, he looks like the villain in an anime that I wouldn't want to watch. I would defeat a deer in single combat. I need to get this rage out, so I'm gonna throw a little piece of bacon at my wife. If a Second Life persona is grotesque to you, you are in league. You are in the same league as a Victorian child.
Yeah.
Why do women have boobs? So you got something to look at while you're talking to them. Wait, that came out wrong. My torso is obscene! You suck. This guy sucks. So, I posted about this earlier this week. I was watching like a 3-hour long video. I actually pulled the video up. I was watching this video by Lord Crust on PirateSoftware. And I don't know really anything about this guy. He showed up in my feed a couple times, and I hit don't recommend because I thought he was kind of smarmy, and I didn't really care. Apparently, he's done a lot more that I didn't know about, and I was trying to find out because all kinds of drama has happened, and I know more now. This video, I was like kind of in the first section of it is like some kind of petty stuff about him performing poorly in video games, playing puzzle games the wrong way, or cheating on them, or like not being very nice in his World of Warcraft guild, and so he got kicked out. He's a drama goblin, right? He's
a smarmy little asshole.
He's a smarmy asshole, and nobody likes him. And like, yeah, okay, sure. I'll watch a video about that. This guy's just a mean little dude getting made fun of. Sure. I want to find out some more about that. But then there's a fucking section in here that's like 20 minutes long, which is the length of a normal YouTube video, on how he's just a degenerate furry, just kind of in the middle of this. And I'm like, are we still mad about this in the year of our Lord 2025? Did you just find out about furries? Who did we tell you yesterday? I think it bugs me a lot because even when people, obviously they're not making an effort to understand furries or queer people at all. They don't need to. They don't need to make an effort to do that because they don't see them in their daily lives and they don't want to. But it really does often come down to when somebody hates on furries, it just is so, you scratch away at it a little bit, and just beneath the surface is, I hate queer people. I don't want to watch this whole video, but I was maybe going to show just this segment of it. I think when we are criticizing people, we should be careful about the things that we are criticizing them for. Criticize people for shitty actions, not for being a weird furry. Why do we care about that?
Yeah,
why do I care? The worst part about it, too, is that I was sent by furries actual accusations within the furry community of shit that he had done wrong that was both social faux pas and faux pas, but him getting pushed out of communities in the furry area because he was an asshole. It's important to watch out for surface level criticism of being a furry because I find, again, there is a huge correlation between not supporting furries and like not supporting queer people in general. This started like something, I wanted to watch a stupid little drama video, and of course I can't fucking leave it alone when I see something stupid. And I've got to make it about capitalism or feminism or whatever, because I'm a blue-haired liberal.
My other theory, as mentioned, has to do with Moldavia's fig tree, PirateSoftware's ferret persona. Now, as far as I'm concerned...
Okay. Personally, not my favorite design I've ever seen. Okay? If we're gonna sit here and we're gonna do this, we're gonna roast it properly, right? This guy's just gonna say that, oh, he's got a ferret persona, oh, he's sexualizing fucking animals, whatever, he has a animal sanctuary, that's like a pedophile owning a daycare or something. Like, what are you talking about? That's insane. Listens to Electro Swing? Yeah. His hat looks kind of dumb. It kind of looks like he's got a sock on his head in that one on the left. I don't think he looks that much like a ferret, personally. He looks like a smarmy asshole. Yeah, he looks like the villain in an anime that I wouldn't want to watch.
This goes back to Second Life, that shitty VR chat precursor in which PirateSoftware would...
You cannot come at me. You can't come at me with an air of superiority and call Second Life the shitty VR chat precursor. How dare you? How dare you discard that piece of internet history? Second Life is like a treasure trove of the most incredible weird shit on the internet.
Oh, legit?
It's fascinating. Second Life is one of those things with so many people and a long course of being around that of course it has its own world of stories to tell. Yeah.
And who cares if he owns a ferret sanctuary and has a ferret persona?
To me that says I like ferrets. Like ferrets are an animal that I like a lot and think is important.
That does mean that you are not allowed to get a deer as much as you want a pet deer.
I still think I would have to fight a deer first. I would need to.
You will lose.
I would need to meet it on the field of battle to accept it into my family. The field of battle at which I would emerge the victor.
No, you will not.
I would defeat a deer in single combat. Do we like this guy or nah? I think this section of criticism from this video is unfounded and weird and gross and anti-LGBT. Because if you hate furries, unfortunately, you are anti-queer. It's just the way it be. All the arguments just kind of roll out into, it's gross and I don't like it. The rest of it seemed fine. I watched around it, but like I kind of lost the steam to watch the rest of the video after the section that was just 25 minutes of I hate gay people. Again, PirateSoftware is kind of an asshole, and I don't want to like go to bat for him, right?
I don't think you are at all.
I think it's weird to have this be the point that you're choosing to make, and I think it's important when criticizing queer creators and like furry creators to not have that be the focus of it, because like that particular thing is just not something that informs them their morality or the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like again, and I'll bring it up after we watch the section of the video, but I got accusations given to me by other furries who were like telling me about actual real things this guy did, like sexual misconduct allegations or like selling products that he didn't have the rights to in Second Life. But those are things that get you ostracized in the furry community. Because furries are normal and cool people, and I'm fucking sick and tired of pretending they're not.
To be fair, PirateSoftware, not cool.
Not cool! But, like, there could be not cool furries, just like there could be not cool anybody.
And it doesn't have to be about their furriness or their queerness.
I made a video that I caught a little bit of flack for, where I was defending Lily Tino. I'd never heard of the bitch before. Lily Tino was a trans girl who was going around making videos that were like really controversial because she was going around getting misgendered in restaurants and then making a big fuss about it on camera and getting free food or leaving and making a big mess and like put out some videos where she was like in Disney World talking about being trans and stuff. And it was like a little gross, but clearly meant to be inflammatory. And like, yeah, a bitch is problematic, right? She's not great. But I think that it's weird for that to be used as evidence against trans people.
Yeah.
In the same way that, like, this guy saying this is he's bringing it up in a video full of things that he did wrong, implying that being queer or being a furry is somehow wrong. For 3 hours! He could have chosen to talk about anything, literally anything else, and it would have only given us more time to appreciate the rest of the shit that you have to say. I think there are ways to, like, weasel your way out of this, potentially, and say, like, oh, I'm not saying that all furries are bad, I'm saying that the things that he did as a weasel, that he did as a furry were gross and weird because of these reasons. But it's like, that's not what you said. That's not the accusations that you made. And why did you choose to make the ones you did?
Avert your eyes for a moment if you don't want to see something fucking grotesque, but I'm going to show you an
Fucking grotesque?
Yeah, show me. What do we got?
ad for one of those virtual fursuits that's also notably a ferret. Let me introduce you to the child sexual abuse.
Oh, look.
Wait.
Is this not it? Oh, it's grotesque! This is literally just a VR chat skin. You're an idiot. Apologies if you don't want to see something fucking grotesque. Shut the fuck up. You're a moron. It's just a VR chat model.
Let me introduce you to the child sexual abuse ferret. No, seriously, what the fuck is the CSA throwing in before the ferret's supposed to stand for?
Okay, so the thing is called CSA ferret. That's what he's saying, child sexual abuse. I think it's supposed to be a joke, but if that's the joke, then is the joke child sexual abuse? And I don't think that's very funny.
Well, like, that's a thing that is leveraged against queer people, of which many furries are, again, to villainize and demonize queer people. Like, yeah, haha,
You are saying
CSA.
it for a reason.
But if you cared about anyone that was in the queer community, you would know, oh, there's this connection.
Maybe this is being sold to raise money for the Child Sexual Abuse Fund.
Maybe
You don't know. You're just showing it and saying child sexual abuse next to this furry as if that's a point. And, like, again, this is insidiously hidden in a 3-hour video where the rest of it seems kind of normal. That, I think, is the problem. I'm sorry. I just had, like, a little piece of something on my shirt and I threw it at you. I was like, I need to get this rage out, so I'm gonna throw a little piece of bacon at my wife. Here, mod copy edit. What is X trans? Is that transformed? No trans people can have this. That's weird. No, I think it's probably, it means something, but we're just making stuff up, right? I'm making up a guy that's a Moldavia's victory is transphobic because it's had trans crossed out on it. Like, that's the same level of accusation that you're making.
Yes, that ferret on the right indeed has tits. I really don't know how else to interpret this other than as PirateSoftware sexualizing ferrets, which...
Okay, classic man cannot think of a woman without sexualizing her. Like, literally, this is this guy telling on himself because he's like, there are boobs on that ferret? The boobs on the ferret that's supposed to be a woman to show you that that's a woman ferret? That's sexualizing that ferret. And dude, you're a pervert. That's weird. Why was that the first thing that came to your mind when instead of being like, oh, that one's got boobs. Girls have boobs. So it's trying to signal that gender role for this ferret. What? Like, how has this dude never seen a cartoon animal before? Is Disney sexualizing animals in Robin Hood? Okay, listen. Okay, maybe a bad point. However, I think that the things I'm trying to say stand.
You were gonna say Zootopia.
I was gonna say Zootopia. I started saying Zootopia, and then I honestly thought about the Zootopia abortion comic, and I had to stop for a second.
Oh my god.
All right, more of this.
Pretty questionable considering the guy runs and owns a ferret sanctuary. If that isn't consent.
Again, he's conflating these things. Again, we haven't seen shit that he hasn't shown us expressly sexual things. He's just conflating furry with sexual in the same way that people can, because it's furry, queer, sexual, pervert. It's making those logical jumps. If a Second Life persona is grotesque to you, you are in the same league as a Victorian child.
Yeah.
We'll never be alone again. Everyone is connected.
Yeah.
To you, the allegations from a Twitter user by the name of Lyric Wolf might be. On June 10th,
so again, seriously leading, like making logical assumptions to go from, he hasn't even said the queer part yet, because he hasn't said anything sexual, but he's saying, this guy's a furry, and because furries are inherently sexual because they put boobs on ferret 3D models, then they, again, boobs without nipples or any sort of genitals showing, just blank boob. I was linked to a 90s Rescue Rangers comic where Gadget kills Saddam Hussein. I haven't read it yet, but I think this guy's biases are preventing him from experiencing true art. That's what I'm saying! Showing boobs casually as sexual is such a terminally American take. It is. This guy's not American, though. I think this guy's probably Australian or from, like, New Zealand. This is like a dude thing to do, which is like, oh, there are boobs on it, so it must be sexual, because women are just sexual inherently, which is the same thing that, like, oh, a trans person must be doing it for sexual reasons. Why else would they grow boobs? Why do women have boobs? So you got something to look at while you're talking to them. Wait, that came out wrong. I'd be mad about boobs if I never got to touch them. That's true. They're jealous of trans women because we grow our own.
Yeah, you'd think that, like, the whole bootstraps narrative would be immediately understandable. Like, oh, I didn't have any breasts and I wanted to touch some, and now, well, I grew my own. I pulled myself up by my own bra straps. What?
I was on board until you continued talking.
What?
Shut up, Ag. That's too funny. That sounds manly as hell, not gonna lie.
I'm doing it for a bit, bro. I'm doing it for a bit.
Do you remember the story about the trans femme who got denied a marker change at the DMV and then got arrested for indecent exposure when she pulled off her shirt in protest?
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Like I think a year.
Awesome.
Ago or something.
My torso is obscene. Again, like if I pulled my shirt up, I would get banned from Twitch now. I feel like that says something. My torso is obscene. So we had this entire leading section to talk about, oh, we're setting this guy up to be a weird sex pervert.
And he's critiquing.
Which, up till now, he hasn't had any accusations about weird sex perversion. It's all been stuff about how he's been bad, kind of an asshole at World of Warcraft.
Yeah, basically, he left his teammates to die in a hardcore.
Yeah,
Ooh.
which, like, again, shitty thing to do. You're an asshole.
Gets kicked out of his clan, like community, clan, whatever the fuck.
That happens.
Group, whatever.
That's how you get better.
That's how you get better. Get out of that group. If they want you back, they'll bring you back.
When they were 20 years old, the then 31-year-old PirateSoftware emotionally abused and manipulated Lyric Wolf for financial and sexual gain. I'm a bit dubious of some of these claims, but...
Okay.
Why would you present them then like that? That is so dishonest. If you already have 3 hours of other content that talks about how this guy is kind of a dick, why do you need this 20-minute section about why this guy is a sex pest, where you're dubious of these claims? Also a weird thing to be dubious of the claims of a sexual assault survivor. I don't know, maybe we should check this guy's fucking search history and see what he's been up to. Again, if we're just throwing around accusations.
I will elaborate on that after I've shared them. Lyric Wolf then follows this by...
I will elaborate on why I doubt these claims after I have shared them all in full and given them full validity in front of my entire audience. Directly after I have primed my huge audience to think he's a sex pervert. Again, maybe. I don't want to defend this guy. He's an asshole. But this is fucking insane. This is gross.
I took the letter F into his Google search.
Can we type an E into your search bar real quick? Just I need to
know.
I need to know.
I have a thing I must know.
Supposedly later that year, on August 26th, Lyric Wolf made an $800 donation to PirateSoftware, which Lyric Wolf claims subsequently led to PirateSoftware expressing romantic interest in Lyric Wolf.
Okay, this is my official statement that if you send me $800, I will take that as payment for my services rendered. I probably would ERP with somebody that sent me $800.
Yeah, but you'd keep it all above board, and you're not an asshole.
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying. That's not, like, sex work is work, bro, you know? That's just being a streamer, baby.
I missed the timeline. Was the person of majority age?
I think so. Well, he says he's 27 and it was 2018, so
that's
yeah, he would have...
7 years ago, so they were 20.
They were 20, so they were legal age. I have pretended to do less work for $800, yeah, for sure. They started doing it unprompted because of the $800. That's a little weird.
At that point, it's like we're zooming in on some conversations here, and
yeah,
I would be curious to see if there's what's the pattern, how did this appear, etc. And that's called investigating a situation.
Beyond the bias, he's just not doing a very good job of basic journalism. Yeah, absolutely.
On top of all the other problems, it's also bad writing.
Yeah, this whole video sucks and could be way shorter than 3 hours long. I do think that the little guy perspective that he's chosen, where his camera is like looking down on him like some sort of angry god, I think that's pretty funny. Like, where is that mounted to, dude? Your ceiling fan?
Well, now yours, manifested as erotic furry roleplay.
Okay.
Alright, community.
All right, are we gonna? I'm gonna read through this erotic furry roleplay and try to see if there's anything that's too weird.
Are we gonna do this back and forth?
Sure. Do I get? Can I be Pirate Software then?
All right, hold on. Which one's?
Do I get to pretend to be Pirate Software? That's Thor, I think.
I don't know if we can read this out loud on stream.
Grinding against my hand. No, okay. I'm just trying to like. Yeah, this is just sex porn.
Now, to be fair, we don't have the whole picture because this guy's a shitty journalist. and
Absolutely.
we're just hopping into this. So let's give this person the benefit of the doubt because they're potentially a sexual assault victim.
Right, absolutely.
This could turn into an abusive situation.
This absolutely could. And this is what I'm trying to say is that this is why we need to be careful about the way that we present stuff. The accusation shouldn't just be he's a furry and did ERP. Like that's the accusation he's making, is that he's gross and sexualizing animals and he's doing ERP, which is sin and gross. But if you like, there are things in it that he does that are bad, and that's what's important to critique. You were told to read Human Investigation Guide. Just you have to go right now. Okay,
Goodbye.
I understand. Enjoy your goon.
Enjoy.
Did that come through at all? I'm not sure if the sound was made properly.
Here, do it again. No, it's not coming.
Fuck! It's like making a wet slapping noise.
A little bit better.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he started to shower me with affection, praise, and attention, making me feel special and valued. Love bombing, however, when I expressed any reluctance to commit to him and solely him, he would shame me by calling me corrupt or useless. That is abuse!
Yeah, so this is love bombing.
This is love bombing, and this is an accusation that is important to talk about, but that's not the accusation that's being made.
So, I don't know, we are talking about furries, so something more could be something that's entirely outside of my imagination.
It's just sex, dude. They just had gay sex, and you don't want to think about it, and it's weird that you're being this weird about it. They had gay sex at the furry convention that they both agreed to. It's weird that he was pressuring this guy, but that's not what you're talking about. That's not the accusation that you're making. You are talking about how gross it is that he's gay. If he were presenting it genuinely, I would still be upset, but he's not making that accusation.
They were talking about knotted dicks and shit. But either way,
That's
what I did
so
find bizarre is
pedestrian.
the fact
Oh my god, grow up. That is just... oh, the penis looks a little weird. It's the idea that it's purity culture. It's the whole... I talked about porn addiction and how the people that are actually using the most porn are not the people that feel the most guilty about it. It's all about social stigma and shame, and the issue that this guy has isn't that he is pressuring another person into having sex with him. The issue he has is that they had sex. He doesn't believe the victim. He is only using this because it makes Pirate Software look bad. Why is he choosing to present it this way, right?
The evidence already makes him look bad, dude.
The evidence makes him look bad.
You're making him look less bad. Because no one can...
Because now I have to sit here and fucking defend him, even though I don't think that he deserves defending. Like, I believe gaslighting would occur, or did occur, but I bet money he won't point it out correctly, if at all.
Regardless, the TwitchCon group decided that they wanted to go to a bar, which meant that Lyric Wolf could not participate because of the fact that they're in the US, where drinking before the age of 21 is illegal, despite the fact that you can apparently simultaneously have erotic furry roleplay and sleep with a 31-year-old man. But, I mean, that's for you guys to decide, I guess.
Yeah, okay. If that's for me to decide, I think you're a fucking freaking a weirdo for having this point in your video at all. I think, again... weird that he got pressured into sex. Pirate Software is probably a sex pest. But presenting it this way is just you saying, isn't it crazy he can't drink, but he can have sex with a guy? Like, is that bad? Fuck you.
Pirate Software later acknowledges that in these messages, in which he gets mad at Lyric Wolf for sending chat logs to Shay, and additionally claims that nothing is going on between him and Shay. Seemingly nothing else happens for a bit of a half a year when Lyric Wolf suddenly decides out of...
Yeah, he's a shitty partner who slept around behind his partner's back at a convention, and did shitty stuff, and all of that makes him look really bad. But why is that not where we started? There's also more nuance to the dynamic, which doesn't excuse Pirate by any means, but is worth noting that as Lyric was a bigger creator, albeit a younger one at the time of the $800. That, I think, means something, too. The fact that, like, they didn't really have that power imbalance. It wasn't like a... Yeah, you can still get socially pressured into like, an intimate relationship, and that's what happens, especially if he was lying about the partner that he had.
Subsequently, PirateSoftware releases a tweet accusing Lyric Wolf of scamming a small indie studio and states that he will fight Lyric Wolf into the ground. PirateSoftware then followed this up by filing a deep...
This makes sense to me based on the previous thing that he talked about, where he refuses to accept wrongdoing. And that makes sense. This is like textbook manipulator shit. And that should be what is being talked about. But for some reason, it's focused on the idea that he's a furry and it's grotesque.
2019 with a now deleted Google Doc.
Yeah, it makes the narrative awfully convenient. He's making, like, this section is very leading. Yes, he was a sex pest, but yet he cheated on his partner what appears to be this one time. Perhaps that's wrong, but I didn't see the rest of the video because of this section. This genuinely made me so frustrated that I needed to, like, go talk about it with people. Because it's really insidious to just slip this in here.
Critique like this is how we normalize that sort of othering.
Mm-hmm.
The way in which people will just say, oh, you're different? No, I don't know how to connect with people that are different than me. I only know how to connect with people on the things that I'm familiar with them with. Oh, you're different? That's too much. No, goodbye. None of that.
Yeah. I think this video needs to be, like, re-released with this section cut out. This is fucked up.
And the third was that Lyric Wolf apparently planned all of this to scam both
Also,
pirates.
and this is a nitpick, but he is using this, like, blur shift fade between these things, and I hate that. It looks bad, and it's a bad editing decision. You can use the YouTube video editor to remove a section with no hit to view count, so there's no excuse. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No idea how I would check when the logs were created or whether or not they had been adjusted. However, I have not seen anyone refute this claim. The only phone number included in the logs is two.
Again, yeah, that's just, he's just saying, yeah, like, I just saw this stuff and I wanted to, like, talk about it. Isn't it crazy that he's a Sorry.
I did it this time. You did it! Ha!
Sorry.
Show that PirateSoftware was indeed married between the dates of October 17th, 2015 and February 18th, 2020. I have gone and checked and
Again, this is a good accusation. Talking about how he was married to someone else that wasn't Shay and was being a sexual partner to Shay and a sexual partner to this other person, and all of them were being lied to. That's manipulation and sex pest shit, and that's important to talk about. But, like, the way that it was presented, that's not how it started. You just were saying it's grotesque that he's doing furry roleplay. Isn't that gross?
And additionally, it does come off as if Lyric Wolf was consenting to their honestly grotesque exchange of messages and furry stickers, including anthropomorphic dog creatures showing its asshole. I also think the
was just a butt, not an asshole. It's also a hyena, and I feel like that's obvious. You're just being that's like, among genuinely good accusations, he's just sprinkling in shit that sounds like my dad.
He sandwiched it.
Yeah.
He made the reverse shit sandwich.
Oh yeah, just made a bad decision by getting manipulated. Yeah, what an asshole.
Excessive use of psych terms is off-putting, and I would go as far as to say deranged when you look at Lyric Wolf's website and...
Again, it looked like he's saying it looks like he consented to having this relationship. Like, dude, that is predator shit to say. Like, I'm not saying this guy is a predator, but I'm saying that's shit that predators say in order to normalize it being fine to fuck around behind your partner's back. It's not. You're breaking their trust. That's fucked up. Don't do that. If you're going to be in an open relationship, you need to be able to you need to be in an open relationship, and that means open communication.
Just let the evidence speak for itself, and if you want to add explanations, just put it under a screenshot, not...
Okay, go fuck yourself. That is what you just did. Yeah. For 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, you talked about shit that didn't matter. And then added a bunch of explanation and shit that didn't matter. When you could have just let the evidence speak for itself. But you didn't. You suck. This guy sucks.
Software's behavior in this situation could be described as scummy or weird. It's not exactly evidence of emotional, financial, or sexual manipulations.
I completely disagree. This guy is like totally fucking backwards. The accusation he's saying that all of the sexual shit that this guy did, all the manipulation tactics that this guy did that were genuine abusive tactics are not that serious. But what's serious is that he's a gay furry, and that's what we should be talking about. And he's sexualizing ferrets. That's like straight up upside down world shit.
And his extraordinarily questionable history of sexualizing ferrets when he's supposed to be the same dude who runs a ferret sanctuary. I'm not claiming he's pulled Bernie and sexually abuses ferrets because there is no evidence of that. What I am saying is that I would not be shocked if it came out that he had, and a guy who has evidently sexualized ferrets in the past is the last person I want running a sanctuary for them. It's like putting a pedophile in charge of an orphanage or a necrophile in charge of a morgue. I mean, even if they're not going to offend, do you really want them in that?
He wrote the joke for us, babe. We can't.
I literally said that.
We're gonna be put on.
Check the fucking clip. Like this guy's writing my jokes for me. Holy shit. Now I look like a fucking idiot.
Oh, and I guess it's also evidence that he had a secret wife and cheated on Shay, which does remind me that wouldn't be the only time that PirateSoftware has cheated.
In this house.
And then he's gonna go into a section about him cheating on video games, like in puzzle games, and that's so gross. It's so gross because he's discounting all of the things that are genuinely actual bad allegations. What the fuck, dude? This is really messed up. I hate this. I was pissed off the first time, but I was like so busy tweeting about it, I wasn't paying attention to it. This is fucking stupid. Oh my god, dude.
So yeah, he's pretty bad at video games.
Yeah, I guess he's bad at video games, dude. Like, what the fuck? There's a whole section in here where you're talking about sexual abuse allegations, but the sexual misconduct allegations you immediately throw doubt at, which is a weird thing to do. Newsflash, dumbass. People can sexualize some things without sexualizing everything. Yeah. Okay, so here, perfect example. You probably believe that women are attractive. Yes, friend? Mr. Crust, if I can speak to you so formally? Or so informally? Like, I'm assuming...
Lord Crust.
Sorry, Lord Crust, yeah. Sorry, such a peon as me deigns to speak in your presence, sir. But, I am assuming that somebody so blatantly homophobic would think that women are attractive. And therefore sexualize women. Do you think that you sexualize every woman that you meet? And my friend, if the answer to that question was yes, that's weird. I don't know, man. You make actual good accusations in this video about sexual misconduct and then immediately glaze past them to make a joke about cheating in puzzle games. You throw doubt on the victim that got lied to, manipulated, and abused in these situations, and then you throw away those accusations because you think that he probably deserved it because he's gay. It's really sickening, and I think that there needs to be care taken when we criticize creators that are queer and creators that exist in queer spaces like the furry community. There is a reason that furries are so quick to oust people who are zoophiles or people who are abusers, people who even, like, there are blacklists of people who don't pay for artwork. The community is very tightly knit and we stand on our fucking virtues. And to lump all furries in with PirateSoftware and say that the reason that PirateSoftware is a problem is not because of all of the sex pest shit that he did, but because he's a furry and he had gay sex at a furry convention, that's so childish, I can't even begin to explain it. It's so short-sighted and genuinely offensive. Mr. Crust, sir, please stay the fuck away from women. Just saying. Again, if we can just fucking make accusations about shit, if we're just gonna lie. Alright, I don't want to watch the rest of this video. I need to calm down. I do want to bring up, again, I got sent by someone from a Second Life live journal from 2008. An important announcement regarding Darksphere Creations. Maldavius Figtree, who is PirateSoftware, CEO of Darksphere Creations, an avatar company based in Second Life, has fired his avatar maker Wingless Emoto and continues to sell her work without compensating her or taking down her work at her request. Instead, he has decided to belittle and berate her over any means he can to anyone listening. Like, again, this is a good accusation. He's so ashamed of how cringe he used to be. His character's name is funny, and like there are so many things we could tease him about, and so many things that we can genuinely like accuse him of, like this, where he's stealing money from a trans creator and not taking it down at her request, like being a sex pest, being an asshole. I think it speaks a lot to me that this guy is more worried and spends more time on this guy cheating at video games and being an asshole than he does about the fact that he, like, legitimately sexually assaulted somebody in, like, a way that is provable. I think that says something. And I don't think that Lord Crust's video is very good, and I'm going to give it a dislike. That is my review.
Oh, they added the dislike back?
No, I just put, I don't know. I might have a plugin that does it, but I'm giving him a dislike. He can't, even if they can't see it, I think that this video is stupid and bad. That's my review about that.